Have you been struggling on the phone when you call a customer, you pray that you get in their voicemail so you don't have to get them on the phone? And if they do pick up the phone, it's almost like a short circuit. It's like, oh my God. And you know what most salespeople do? They typically revert to the same old school methods when you call people on the phone. They like to call and do what we all hear is touch base. What does that even mean? What does it mean to touch base? And if you and I don't know, how do we expect that customer to know? Do you know what that word means, touch base, or those two words? It just means it's a filler word. It's something that salespeople say when they really don't know what else to say. When you're making a sales call, I'm gonna give you 3 tips. When you're making a sales call, number one, you have to identify what is your intent when you're making that phone call. Is this a follow-up call? Is this a cold call? Is this a response call to a request for some information on your website, on your blog, or from your social media page? Number two, if there's any possible way that you can do some research on who it is that you're reaching out to. If you're in the business sector, take their business name, put it in Google, and pull up news, just so you can see any news. If they're on LinkedIn, if it's an individual, go on LinkedIn, check their profile out, see what they've posted, see what type of things they're into. Now, the reason why you want to do this is because the better you get to know about your customer, about your prospect, when you're speaking with them and when it's relevant and you're able to share, hey, I love that article, or I love that speech that you gave at such and such. Oh man, listen, I think it's awesome what your business is doing to help. Or I saw some of the new directions that your company was going in, doing XYZ that I saw, read in the news. Whatever it is, what this shows is that you are somebody who took the time to learn a little something about them rather than just calling like most salespeople do, only focused on themselves. And number three, don't make it about you, because it's not about you. When salespeople call, they call, hey, can I speak to John? Yeah, this is John. John, this is Brian from ABC Company, and I'm calling because I wanted to see if you were ready to buy or if you like, and immediately their defensive wall is up. You know why? With everything going on in our daily lives, with all the hustle and bustle, how many people have you forgot to call back that you're related to or that you're close with? How many times have you ever been introduced to somebody and forgot their name in the first 10, 20 seconds? And so we got a person that may have been online submitting information on different sites, because if they went to ours, 9 times out of 10, they went to other ones. And then they went on with their day and was dealing with things of life. The odds of them even remembering, sometimes they don't even remember what site they were on to submit for information, is very high. They don't really remember. And even if you did speak with them before, there's no guarantee that they're going to remember who you are if you didn't make a positive impression and make yourself memorable. Hell, even if you did, sometimes life hits people in the face and it just takes their attention and they're, focused on other things. Either which way, don't assume just because they requested information or they called and left a message wanting information, or because somebody said, hey, reach out to them, I think that they want, does not mean that they're going to know who you are, what you do, what your company does, or even that they want what you have to offer. When we're making a phone call, our focus is to investigate. You have to be an investigator. Yes, we want to set an appointment to either get them into our store, set up for us to come out there and do a demonstration on whatever product or service we offer, or whatever your next step is. But remember something, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And people hate to be sold, but they love to buy. Which is why when you're making that phone call, you want to utilize what is called a pattern interrupt. And what a pattern interrupt is where you take situations that people are accustomed to doing it a certain way, and you disrupt it by doing something different. It's like most people call, and when a salesperson calls a customer, they're calling to give all of their information, just blab it out in 30 seconds about how great they are. We know that you love us, or what we're going to do to get you started today. And that person's sitting there saying, I just talked to another company and I bought what I needed already. But the salesperson didn't take the time to find out what's going on. Or they say, you know what, I just was browsing the internet and I found the site and thought it'd be cool to get some information. And so again, we just assume that they love us. So we go right into sales mode. Defensive wall goes up 10 feet high, 3 feet wide. Now understand something. As we're on the phone and we utilize the pattern interrupt, which is a specific way that you can start off the greeting with a customer that is so different than most other salespeople around you, it will keep them engaged. Or they say, whoa, and then when we got them on learning the right questions to ask, remember some good salespeople practice what to say, the great ones practice what to ask. And so you want to ask questions, and you want to ask open-end questions that get them to engage with us in dialogue. When salespeople ask close-in question, and closed-in means it's only yes or no, on the phone, you're minimizing your communication and you're unable to build the value in what it is you're speaking about, or in why they should want to come and visit your store, or why they should want to let you come out for that demo, or why they should, whatever your next step is. Okay, the only way we can build that value is by first finding out what's going on in their world. And the more questions that we ask and the more we learn about them, remember something, people begin to trust you more the more they feel more comfortable with you, the more they tell you about themselves. So the more they tell you about themselves, the more comfortable they become with you. Notice I didn't say the more you tell them about you and what you do, the more comfortable they become with you. It's quite the opposite. The more you talk about yourself and the more you just talk about your company and what you do, the least they trust you, because they realize you're not focused on them. It's all about you. And it can't be about us. It's all about them. And so we want to ask the relevant questions that keep them engaged, keep them giving us information to find out if we can even help, because we don't know yet. We may not be able to. And there's a way that you can even leverage saying that to a prospect that will truly shock them and come off so different than everybody else. Everybody else said, yeah, we can help everybody. We do this and we're the greatest. We're the greatest. When you tell somebody, hey, listen, I just want to learn find out some information just to see if we can even help you, because I'm not even sure if we can yet. Oh my God, you talk about a pattern interrupt. But if you've been in most businesses now, they all have sales departments. And when I walk in, I look at how many opportunities they're missing. How much money do you feel you've left on the table just by being unable to perform at a top level on the phone? How many times have you felt terrified making that sales call? How many times have you just prayed and hoped that you get a person's voicemail rather than speaking to them direct? How do I know this? Because I've been there. Which is exactly why over a decade, I've trained over 15,000 students worldwide on some of the most effective selling tips and selling methods and phone skills, and how to master making high quality sales calls, how to leave effective voicemails, how to send powerful emails that get a response that ultimately help you to be able to schedule that meeting, appointment, or demo with that guest. I've trained people on how to open a call utilizing a pattern interrupt that keeps them engaged. What questions to ask, literally lay out each question to ask. It's what I call plug and play, where all my students have to do is take it, plug in their business name or wherever it is they work in their product or service, and take advantage of this powerful way to be able to really stimulate your customer, stimulate them mentally, and keep them engaged and build the value on them meeting with you or scheduling a demo or letting you come out and do your thing with them. So if you've been struggling on the phone, click the link in the description, okay? In the description, there's a link over to a free training that I have online. Costs you nothing. All you have to do is go and register, and literally gives you examples, word tracks that you can use on making the outbound phone call, on leaving the voicemail, on sending the email. It's all right there for you. All you have to do is check it out. So click that link in the description, or you can even click the link in the comments. And if you're on YouTube, the description is right beneath the title. You'll see some words and you'll see where it says more. If you hit that, it'll expand and the link is in there. And if you're there by the comments, just scroll down. The comment is pinned at the top, so you can just click that link. And once you get done with that training, you'll be able to take that and actually start using it on the phone at your business immediately, and watch how effective it is at keeping your customers engaged. Watch how many more appointments you set. Watch how much more money you make. How would you feel if you could pick up extra $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 a month just by taking the time to check out this free training? So click the link, go check out the free training, how to make high quality sales calls, leave voicemails, and send emails. I'm Brian Maxwell, and I look forward to seeing you in the training.